I wanted to start this video by saying a special thank you to Joymor for working with me on today's video. Today I'm going to be showing you a morning routine, and part of our morning routine is homeschool. And this year Easton wanted to do something a little more independent, and he is doing video lessons. And I wanted to find something to put in his room, a desk for his room where he could sit and be undisturbed. And Joymor reached out and offered to send this desk, and it has worked out perfectly. I'm going to show you some more features of this desk later on in the video, but I wanted to say a special thank you to Joymor before we get started on our day. So on this particular day, I'm starting out with some laundry. That's not what I always do, but I had washed some of Justin's work clothes the night before and needed to go ahead and get them in the dryer. So that's what I'm doing. One thing I want to go ahead and point out is that every day does not look exactly the same. I'm going to show you what this day looks like, and there are things that we do every single morning, but every day isn't the same. We always just kind of go with the flow and take it as it comes. Justin also had some work clothes from the day before that were really dirty and needed to be washed kind of on their own, so I went ahead and got those started as well. Another thing that I do every single morning when I get up, my alarm usually goes off at 6:30, and every morning as soon as I get up, I make sure that Audrey is also awake and getting ready for school. Alright, now I'm going to get lunches ready for Audrey and for Justin. Some days Audrey likes to eat in the lunchroom, and some days she wants to take her lunch. Same with Justin. Some days he doesn't eat in the lunchroom, but some days he'll go out for lunch, and some days he takes his lunch. Most days he takes his lunch. On this particular day, I'm fixing lunch for both of them. So in case you're new, my oldest daughter, Audrey, she is in middle school, and she decided she wanted to go to public school this year, and we're trying that out. And then my two older boys are both still homeschooled. Then we have Wyatt, who is 1, and I'm currently pregnant with baby number 5. On this morning, I'm also filming this for a kids lunch idea video. That's part of my day as well, filming, so I wanted to mention that. I'm blessed to be able to do this as a job, as a career, share our day-to-day life with you. So yes, I was filming for this video, and I was also filming for a kids lunchbox video that'll be coming out next week. After I finished getting Audrey's all packed up, then I packed Justin's. Huddy wanted to help, so he came in to zip up sister's lunchbox. I also like to write on their napkins every day. Call it silly, I don't care. I enjoy doing it, so I was writing them both a little note on their napkin for the day and putting that in their lunch boxes. After I got that in there, Audrey was all set except for her water. So we fixed her bottle of water, and then she was off to school. Wyatt was waking up about this time, and one of his favorite things to do, sleepy hair and all, is to watch for the school bus. So he was standing at the window watching for the school bus. Then it was breakfast time, and everybody really kind of does their own thing for breakfast. Huddy still needs help with cereal, and if I would move the cereal down to a lower shelf in the pantry, he could probably do that himself too. But Audrey had already done breakfast for herself. Easton had, and I was helping out Huddy with his. And then Wyatt went to get his out of the refrigerator. After breakfast, before Justin had to leave so he could still sit with Wyatt, I went out to take care of morning chicken chores. Sometimes I do this, sometimes the kids do it, but on this morning Justin was still home, so I went ahead and went out and took care of feeding all the chickens and making sure that they had plenty of water. Little chickens are done. Now let's do the big chickens. I also went ahead and checked for eggs while I was in there, but we rarely find eggs early in the morning. you'll notice that we come out a little bit later and get a few eggs. But at this point, no eggs, just breakfast for the chickens and spending a little time with them. The little tiny baby chicks are still in the house at night because temperatures have been getting a little bit low during the night and don't want to risk that. So we bring them out during the day, and I was going to go ahead and get their food and water ready as well so that when we bring them out, it'll be ready for them. Both little chickens needed more water, so I filled those up while I was out. All the boys were watching Bluey, so I took a chance to get myself ready. Y'all, I spend maybe 10 minutes getting myself ready in the mornings, but that 10 minutes makes a difference for the way that I feel. Some days I'll curl my hair, some days I'll straighten it, and some days, like this one, it just goes up in a clip. I'm going to go ahead and wash my face. This Biore Rose Quartz and Charcoal face wash is what I've been using for a few years now. I'll try different things from time to time, and I always come back to this because it has worked wonders for my skin. And I just use that rubber sponge to clean my face with it. Y'all, there was a time where I would have never been confident enough to go without makeup because of the way my skin was. But this has made such a difference, and most days I go with very, very little makeup, and I give credit to that face wash and this moisturizer that I'm about to show you. It's the Vanny Cream Moisturizing Cream, and I have pretty sensitive skin, and that face wash and this moisturizer works really well for me. The kids use that. I use it. Justin has used it some. I use it on my face. I use it on my body. I use it on my belly to keep everything moisturized and prevent stretch marks. I've been using this for a few years as well. There was a time when I didn't moisturize my face because, one, I didn't like the way moisturizers felt, and then two, I had oily skin, so I thought, why would I moisturize? But once I found this and started using it, my skin evened out. It wasn't oily anymore, and this doesn't just sit on your skin for a long time. It absorbs really well, and I don't do well with things that sit on my skin for a long time. So highly recommend both of those. Now, most days, those three things right there are all that I use on my face for makeup, but I wanted to show you everything today just so you could see my full face of makeup, I guess. That tinted moisturizer or tinted hydrator by Wet n Wild in light medium is what I'm currently using. Again, I've been using that for probably about a year now, and I really like that. And I found that if I just put it on with clean fingers, with clean hands, that's better for my face. I don't break out from using a brush that might be dirty. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that on. Like I said, I probably put all of this makeup on 2 to 3 times a week. And then the rest of the days, I'm just using those 3 things that I showed you earlier. I like this because it's very light. I go for more of a natural look, and I can do that with this, but it still evens out my skin tone a little bit, and you can build on it if you want to. Then I'm going to use that Wet n Wild blush in the color Pearlescent Pink. Then I've been using this Beauty Bakery's Breakfast in Bed eyeshadow palette. I actually got this for my sister, and been using it a while. Really like that. Again, I like that with that one, I can go very natural, or if it's a date night or something and I want to do something a little bit darker, I can, but for the most part, we keep it pretty light. I'm going to show you this eyeliner. It's what I'm using right now. Not my favorite that I've ever used. I mean, I like it, but I have things I like better. The brow pomade that I'm about to show you, though, is definitely a favorite. It's this Eyebrow Pom Pom by the Cream Shop, and it's in medium brown. A sweet subscriber actually sent this to me in a care package, and I love it. I can do a very light eyebrow. I can do something that's a little bit more full, and I just put it on with that angled brush right there. So anyway, what I was getting at is it's very versatile, and I like that. So I start by just outlining my brow, and then I go and fill in the back, probably 2/3 I leave that front little bit because I don't want it as dark. You'll see what I do there in just a minute. And so once I get that done, I just use what's left on my brush to kind of fill the front so that it's not quite as dark. Then I'm going to put on my mascara, and I have two that I like. That's the Wet n Wild Big Papa. The writing has worn off. And then Maybelline Great Lash. The Wet n Wild is newer to me. I've been using it about the last year, and I've been using that Maybelline Great Lash since I was in high school. They're both favorites. I tend to lean towards this Wet n Wild Big Papa lately. I don't know, I'm just really enjoying it. I will say if my eyes water and it gets in my eyes, sometimes it stings a little bit. Not enough that it's kept me from using it, and I will be buying it again. I do really like it, and I like the way it makes my lashes look, and for the price, you can't beat it. You probably noticed I use a lot of Wet n Wild products. I just really like them. They do good, they're affordable, and they're also cruelty-free, so that's a plus. Then for my lips, I usually just put on some kind of chapstick or lip balm. On this day, I'm using this Burt's Bees. It's one of my favorites. I have a couple that I use, and usually I just put on something clear. Every once in a while, I'll use something that's a little bit pink, maybe has a little bit of a pink tint to it, but most of the time, we're just putting on a clear lip balm, and I'm done. Finished. That's it, y'all. Super simple. Like I said, a natural look. That's what I go for. That's what I like. And I wanted to share that with y'all. Now on to school. Easton had actually went ahead and started on his. And he loves having this desk in his room and having his own space where he can go and do his work. We're using Bob Jones BJU Press. We're using that for school this year, and he's doing some of the video lessons, and he loves having this desk where he can go and sit and kind of do his own thing. Has a lot of great features like that little pencil holder right there, a cup holder, which he usually has a cup in that. It's adjustable, the desk and the chair for different heights so it can grow with your child. And he likes this little drawer right here where he can keep all of his things. Thank you again to Joymor for sending us this desk. It has been a huge hit, and I'll be sure to link their website down in the description box for you. I'm going to go ahead and get started on school with Huddy. Again, he's doing Bob Jones or BJU Press, and he's doing the parent-led lessons. We have had to adjust this a little bit to make it work for us. So if Easton does all of his subjects with all the videos, it takes a long time. So Easton has been doing math and language every day, or math and English every day, and then he kind of rotates through some of the other things. With me sitting down and doing this with Huddy, I'm able to adjust and spend some extra time where we need it and move through things faster if we can. So we still get through pretty much all of Huddy's subjects every day. We're starting with handwriting, and I will say his handwriting has improved so much since starting this curriculum. Wyatt is sitting in his seat eating some snacks. Y'all, sometimes we put him at the table with us, give him snacks. Sometimes I'll cut something on for him to watch on TV. Sometimes I will get him toys to play with. Sometimes it's a mixture of things. And then y'all, sometimes we just have to wait until he naps. That's one of the biggest questions I get is how do you school with a little one running around? Y'all, you just have to make it work. Some days we get started and then we pause and wait until nap time. Some days we just wait until nap time. We just kind of have to feel it out and see how the day's going. Another thing that I really wanted to point out about this curriculum is the phonics. Huddy's reading skills and his confidence in his reading skills have improved so much since starting this. He loves these little characters, and his skills and his confidence in his reading has improved so much. Here's a little clip showing you his handwriting too. I am super impressed with how well he is writing and how neat he is writing. Then it was time for math, and y'all, he loves math. I would definitely say that math is his strongest subject. He just picks up on it so fast. He always gets so excited when it's time for math, and I love seeing that excitement in him. I have a video showing the unboxing of this curriculum back when we first received it in the mail, and I'll make sure to link that down in the description box for you. And I also have a video showing how I organized Huddy's. You'll see that he's got his work pages already pulled out, and he pulled them all out of that file folder at the beginning of the morning, had all of his stuff for the day already ready. I have a video showing how I organized all of that as well, and I'll make sure to link that down in the description box below. Then after math, we're going to move on to reading. Y'all, I would have never imagined that just in a month's time, Huddy's confidence in his reading would have grown as much as it has since we started using this curriculum. Seeing him sitting there with a reader and reading it, it just does this mama heart good to see how much he's improved and to see how proud he is of himself. We've still got a lot to work on, obviously getting better and better every day, but I'm so proud of him. After we finished up school, it was warm enough to take these baby chicks outside. It's been getting down into the 60s at night, so we're bringing them in at night, but they love being outside. So as soon as it warms up enough, we are taking them outside and letting them enjoy that during the day. And y'all, we are enjoying these little babies. These are AM Samani chickens, all black chickens, and they are just the cutest things. They are the sweetest things and have just a fantastic personality. Easton went ahead to check for eggs, and at this point we had 2. I'm sure we'll get some more throughout the day. And now I'm going to sit down with my Bible for a little while. We have a gate on our back porch now, so I can close up that gate and Wyatt can just sit out there and play, and I can read my Bible, spend some time in that prayer journal. And this doesn't always happen at the same time every day. Sometimes it happens now, sometimes it happens later in the afternoon. Again, just taking advantage of what time I have. Always making my Bible a priority though. All right, and that's it. After that, it's lunchtime and our morning is officially over. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.